see nothing wrong with either of these nets. The goals are looking good. The pitch is looking good.
Oh my God, what's happened here? Bars are all out of place. Looks like they've been...
So we're here because we're talking about like toilet facilities.
What did your builder say in terms of flattening it? Did he give any costings? So I know...
No, because we spoke about doing something...
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, from a school, I think we're okay to put some money in because we see it as our overall facilities and the callers are, and if you guys are, then it's... You know,
Can I just stop one? So just from our point of view, so everyone's clear, Borders Academy do not make any money out of this facility. Okay. We rent this facility between 4 and 6, and we provide free sessions to the local community. So there's no money making from our...
So from the adult perspective, from our side, no one's complained about these goals, like so far. But I take your point about the nets and stuff. They need to be replaced. The weights, the nets, so the poles can be replaced. The nets, the poles, and all that side. So from our side, we're very happy with the way that this is all set up, and there's no issues with what we have. We will replace that one.
We'd still like to buy some goals, and then we will use them for the school and our programs, and then we either get the fence fixed and chain them up against the fence afterwards. So
where would... Nah, the only bit that worries me is then we got tons of gold.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
And
like from our end, we don't need it. But I get what you're saying, that for the future, for the progress, then we're not going to have this conversation in a year that we have to replace this, replace that again because it's fixed. So for the long term, I agree with you. Yeah. So that's why when I spoke to Matt when we walked in, we had a little chat and said, you know what? We're all trying to work together. Let's try and. I don't want to put 20,000 in. That's where I kind of draw the line. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of going to be a bit mad. Unless they're saying, unless then we then have another re-agreement with the school, which me and Matt will discuss separately. But if the school is contributing something, even a little, just because obviously the hire is between X and Y, and obviously we're benefiting from your investment. I'm not opposed to it. But like I said, I think we've just got to be really clear on what it is we're doing. So I agree. Mini soccer, that's all going to stay out. The wheels, I think, would be better as opposed to them being fixed in, because then that's a cheaper element, I think, so because I don't think they need to be fixed. It's up to you.
The only thing is if you've got those fixed there, you plan this way, again.
But you want it fixed and folded, is what on all sides.
In an ideal situation, if we could get to that value, then yes, it'd be great if we can get.
I would rather. What I don't want to do is promise something and then say to you 6 months, oh sorry, my regular's back now, we've got a league, which makes it just, so I don't want to promise something and then not deliver. Whereas now I'm saying, you know what, after we spoke prior to your arrival and your arrival, I'm saying, you know what, fair enough, everyone's kind of trying to get on board. You know what I mean? So what I don't is, once I say I'm going to do something, do you know what I mean? I don't then go back and say, oh sorry mate, you can't have the 6-7 no more. Imagine how annoyed you'd be.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
So that's why I'm saying, you know what, and as things stand, we are literally at capacity except Fridays. Weekends are getting better. Which is why I said, you know, we don't need to make changes, but at the same time, you know, we're here for a very long time. You will probably be here for a very long time. So we want to be like, you know, actually, for the long term future, we're not going to spend £500 every year on these washers, these bolts, this. We're not going to have another meeting in a year, take all of our times. We're going to say everything's perfect in a year, everyone's happy, we move on. So I'm more thinking of saving time, saving money, and just long term, everyone's happy, the kids are happy, you're happy. The two options, the wheeled, again, in favour, and also the fixed in favour. The fixed, in my opinion, now after speaking, probably makes the most sense from a health and safety perspective, and also from a long-term perspective. So I'm on board with that. If you just change your mind and say wheeled, again, I'm okay with that, but I just don't know, because you're saying that you want the wheeled stuff to go away, but for us, again, we don't need to take it away. I think it's just for you guys.
Yeah, it was basically saying
for your stuff.
If we're paying for it, then we would just weed them off.
Yeah.
If everyone's working together, then...
So I think the cost of then creating, let's say, just doing that work and creating a fence and then off on, it would just probably just make more sense. And then the headache, then you're going to be, oh God, I've got to move them off, got to take them on.
Do you know, we don't want that pettiness.
Not going to lie, some things I just didn't like. I think they came across a little bit aggressive to start with, but in the end, I think everyone is beating to the same drum. The main thing is obviously everyone's improving. We are building better spaces, building better facilities, and yeah, I think the main thing is that everyone's on the same page and that all the groups, community, commercial and school, are working together. So the work begins now to put these things in place, get everything done. Let's see how we go.